Hello and welcome to Let's Talk SEO. So Google has said that they have processed their 8 billionth DMCA takedown, or it has been 8 billion DMCA takedowns that they have processed. Now, this does not come as a surprise to me. In fact, I'm surprised that we didn't reach the 8 billion mark a few years ago. Not because there's so many people infringing on copyright, but because the DMCA takedown notices or the system is being used to take down competing websites. Now, Torrent Freak published an article, and ironically, this is by Torrent Freak. They published an article stating that Google is literally now processing 500 million of these, or maybe 1 billion of these every 6 months. So there's 1 billion DMCA notices that are pushed through Google every 6 months. And at that pace, we will reach the 10 billion mark by January 2025. That's the estimate. Now, we could even be sooner. My assumption would be it would be sooner. And also that Google probably underreports these, so it's not exactly fully reported. And I'll go into that into why that's the case in this video. Now, it's important to state that when you submit a DMCA notice, your assumption would be that there's someone at Google that evaluates, who submitted the DMCA notice. Are they really the copyright holder? And if they are, then is the infringing party really infringing upon copyright? Processing a single URL that way will probably take a week because, you will have to contact the website owner. You would have to get their statement. You would have to, contact the DMCA filer, get their statement, figure out exactly, get proof that they hold the copyright that they claim that is being infringed. But Google does none of that. And at this pace, Google can't really do much about this. In fact, this system right now, and this is not something that's been discussed in the article, which I've linked in the description, this system right now has been gamed by SEOs. And I have seen that as soon as my clients hit the top 10 results for a competitive keyword, or even a half-decent medium volume keyword, they start getting banged by these DMCA notices. And so competitors, is my assumption, because Google doesn't say much about this, competitors will start submitting these DMCA notices to Google. In fact, there are companies, legit companies, that do this. And I don't know exactly how you could hire a legit company to do this, but big brand publishers hire companies, and linkbusters.com, and they hire these big companies to find infringing URLs and send them DMCA notices so that those URLs are taken down. Now, it's understandable that they want copyright infringing URLs taken down. Obviously, if you've put in the time and money and generated content and someone else is copying it, you want to take it down. But at the pace of 1.2 million URLs reported annually by ComSEO, and Linkbusters reports over 700 million URLs a year, at that pace, that's literally thousands of URLs a day being reported by Google, and possibly thousands of DMCA notices being sent by Google. There is no way there's an individual or a team of individuals that's individually sitting down and evaluating each DMCA notice. And so within these thousands that are just sent by these two companies, there are thousands more that are not legit DMCA notices, but they are sent to Google. They fit the criteria in terms of the format, in terms of the language, in terms of adding all the information needed for the AI or the automated system on Google. Go ahead, process the DMCA within seconds, send a takedown request to the website owner, and remove the URL from his SERPs. And when that's done, literally weeks, if not months of work, it just disappears. So if you were a website owner and you've hired someone like me, and I've done weeks of work to rank a page for a particular keyword, we've built silos, we've done press releases, we've done optimized pages, we've done all of that. It's finally on the first page of Google, and we get a DMCA notice. The URL is removed without so much as a recourse, so there's no way to get it back. You could appeal, you need to hire an attorney. Not many of my clients want to go that route, and so what we're left with is setting up a new page, doing it from scratch again, and hopefully not receiving another DMCA notice, or a takedown notice as it's called. What's also not talked about in this article is that the spike in DMCA notices is not only because they are copyright holders, legit copyright holders that are sending these notices, but there are also people who are not legit copyright holders who are increasingly understanding the fact that this system can be gamed. Now, my website that does not have any infringing information on it, I write my own articles. It's literally handwritten, just like my videos they're off the cuff. So I write these articles, I put everything as it is. And as soon as I started ranking for a major keyword, I got a DMCA notice and my URL was taken down. Now, I could put in an appeal. There's not much that will happen. Google doesn't really care. There are literally billions of URLs being reported every 6 months. So why would Google care about one URL of one individual in some part of the world? So in the grand scheme of things, it's just 0.007% of the internet. The other thing is that 56% of these DMCA notices that are sent by legit companies are to URLs that are not even ranking. They're not even on Google in the first place. And so Google doesn't really need to do much about it. But 46% approximately, or 44% of them, I don't exactly remember, it's in the article, percent of these URLs are on Google, and I would bet 90% of them are on the first page of Google. And so as soon as that happens, bang, you're going to DMCA notice. So there you have, folks. If you've ever received a DMCA notice, didn't know exactly what to do about it, needed help, well, there is no help. And honestly, I think Google should come up with a better system to deal with these DMCA notices, especially keeping in mind that if they're receiving 1 billion of these every 6 months, soon they're going to be receiving 2 billion of these, because it's so easy for anyone to format a DMCA notice and send it to them. And so if there's no verification, there's no way of checking if the copyright holder is in fact who they claim they are, then these notices are false and they're using against competitors, which is unethical at the very least. So I hope you guys like the video, like and subscribe, and let me know if you received a DMCA notice this year.